Hello guys, welcome back to part 3 of my Let's Play for Game Dev Tycoon. And we're gonna go ahead and just get started on our next game. So I went ahead and I chose an action zombie game on the PC, and we're gonna name this Shadows. I hope you're enjoying this Let's Play. I'm having fun doing it because I just love this game. If you haven't, go ahead and get it on Steam. I don't really know how much it is, but it is definitely like a life sucker in a good way. Okay, moving forward, Zombies is going to be a 2D graphics, and I need to watch what I say. Like, I say so and a lot. We'll try to make sure that I don't say that a lot. Let's make sure that engine is all the way up. Since it's an action game, the story is not as important, but the gameplay is. Now, in order to get out of your garage, I believe you have to have at least $1 million in cash. That will be our goal. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to development stage 2. Now, obviously, an action game, dialogues aren't really that important unless, well, I mean, dialogues aren't as important back then as they are now. Make sure that artificial intelligence is all the way up, and as well as game design, or like the level design. You want to make sure that every level isn't the same, because then that just gets boring and repetitive. Development stage 3, so graphics need to be a little higher. World design doesn't really need to be. Looks good to me. If any of you have played Game Dev Tycoon, go ahead and explain to me like the sliders. Are they the most important? I know that on certain ones you want like the 3 pluses to be the most time spent. Here we go. Everything's gonna level up to level 2. Even my character. You can do this for your game engine. So here's the mono sound. Right now we just got simple sounds or like basic sounds. You can also do game tutorials. So the next thing that I'm going to actually work on for my character or for this company, we are going to do our first game engine. And we'll start immediately before the critics have a chance to say what they like about Shadows. We want to make sure the 2D graphics is selected, a linear story. Oh no, wait, we can't do that yet. Ninvento is been released. We want to make sure that we research first. We want to research mono sound. Oh, we can't. Yeah, we can. Okay, we got 15 research points. We need 15. We've got 23, and it costs 40,000 credits, which we got that. Okay, let's see what the critics have to say. 6 out of 10 from Star Games, give it a quirky but good. 6 out of 10 from Informed Games, shows potential, whereas Game Hero gave it a 7 because it's beautiful. And Action Games work well on PC, so 7 out of 10 from All Games. Shadows rank 65. We have researched mono sound. Now we've researched your first engine part. You'll be able to use this in games. You need to create a new engine which includes this part. To be able to use this in games. Okay, yeah. Let's see what other research we have. Game tutorials. Well, we don't have enough research points. Let's see what contract work is out there. Okay, so this one, game backdrops. Design some simple background graphics for a game. 4 weeks, and we need 10 design points and 5 technology points. And if we do complete this within the 4 weeks, we get $16,000, and if we do not, we get a penalty of $6,000, which we pay. Let's go ahead and accept that contract because I believe that she can do this. I believe in you, Morgan. There we go. So we got 16,000 credits applied to our account. And it also gave us a couple of research points. And we need 15 to be able to do a game tutorial. Jason here, I just got word from a client that the contract was completed successfully. Excellent work. Usually I have new contracts every 6 months, so check back sometime. Find another contract we can do. I believe in her, she can do this. I want to be able to get 15 research points. Hopefully. So we can go ahead and do the game level, what is it? Game tutorial? Yes. We need to transfer 11,000. And we can go ahead and do this one as well. Now I believe that after the 6 months, if you don't do the previous contracts, they go ahead and just disappear. And we don't have enough research points to be able to do game tutorials, but it doesn't matter because we're just going to go ahead and start our custom game engine number 1. So we want to make sure that 2D graphics is selected because right now I believe it's at version 1. We want to make sure that we have version 2. A linear story, save game, and mono sound. So let's go ahead and create this game engine. You're now creating your own custom game engine. Once the engine is finished, you'll be able to use it when creating new games. So we just have to make sure that this is all done. Now we do have enough money. You want to make sure that you have enough money to be able to tide you over while you are doing a new engine. And while you're in the garage, your monthly expenses are 8,000 credits. Oh, we've almost hit 500 fans. Well, at least we're getting more research points. Don't think, woman. It's almost like a song. Like a tempo with those little bubbles. Your new game engine 1 is now complete. You can change the names of these, but I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, it's Unreal Engine. I don't care what the game engine is called. It doesn't really matter. Whereas with the game titles, they do matter because the critics will kind of be asses sometimes if you forget to change your game name. Your first custom game engine is now ready. You should try using it in your next game. Let's see. Develop a new game. Let's choose a topic. We have here transport. Let's do a transport simulation. Okay, so it's a great combo. What else do we have? Action. Adventure. So it looks like only a transport simulation has been done. Transport. All I can think of is it's like a game with vehicles or like a plane or a train, some type of simulation. That's probably why it does a great there. So let me try. Let's just do the simulation. Let's just make sure that it's not going to be bad. Let's do just train sim. Now here is where you can choose to make the games for the TES, and you actually have to buy a license. So it's $80,000 to buy a license to start making the games for these. But as I said before, and I will continue saying, we're just going to go ahead and make games for the PC. And here is where we get to choose our game engine. You always want to make sure that you choose the most current game engine. Once you start to make a lot of them, you actually have to scroll up to find your most current game engine. Just make sure that it's selected though. That way you can put the better upgrades, I guess, into your new game. And as you can see here, in Game Engine 1, we researched graphics version 2. Now it costs a little bit more money, but we'll go ahead and try to stay ahead of the competition just to make sure that our graphics version is better. A lot of times the critics will actually critique the engines that you use as well. Here we go. Okay, so this is where it starts to get, more in depth for your games. And with the gameplay, we want to make sure it's high. Game engine and the story. So right here you can see that the story doesn't really matter. We don't need to spend extra time in the story. That way we don't have to spend extra money here. But the engine, we want to make sure that there is a save game because you want to spend more time research, with the development on the game engine. So we'll make sure that we do a save game. It does cost 5,000, but in the end it will be worth it. Okay, so in the simulation, artificial intelligence is important. Level design, dialogues, we'll go ahead and just keep that. Now a lot of times when you make like a simulation game, it will just, the little sliders will stay like this because you've already done a sim game. I don't remember what the sim game was. It might have been the airplane one. Here, oh, excuse me. Okay, here, the sound. We can go ahead and choose basic sound or mono sound. We're actually going to go ahead and spend the 5,000 extra credits to go ahead and do the mono sound because it's pretty important to this type of game. Look at all those bugs. You want to make sure that you don't finish until all your bugs are done. So here's another industry news. The recently released TES console by Ninvento has proven to be a massive success. Sales numbers have exceeded expectations. So this right here just kind of tells you what's happening in the industry. If you want to, you can go ahead and start developing games for the TES, but we're gonna stick with the PC. As one customer says, I love games that come with the TES, and playing with a controller is so much more fun than on a keyboard. Finish that. So this game will be released around, I don't know, kind of like around this time of year. That's another thing I need to pay attention more to see if the time that you release the game, if that depends. And so here is the 2D graphics version 2. As you can see, it's going to be leveling up. Right now it's only level 1, but the more you use it in these games, you'll be able to level it up and it'll get better. Release the game. We're also going to generate a report for the zombie game that we made called Shadows, while we're waiting for the critics. Okay, so here, train sim. How's it gonna do? Watch it do like super awesome. 9 out of 10, almost perfect. A 7, beautiful. Another 9. What are you guys gonna give me, stingies? Oh, no, they gave me an 8, not too bad. It's probably because it's a simulation game. Okay, so this is just the game report for the zombie one. There's no new insights because everything's already been unlocked. Like I said before, I've already played this game a couple times, so that's why there's no new insights, which is okay. Let's do an insight. I'm sorry, a game report for Train Sim. Ooh, we're number 13 as well. Story seems not very important. Engine seems quite important. Sounds good enough to me. Let's see what we got going on here. We're just going to go right back into another new game. As you can see, you pump out a lot of games. I actually want to see prison, life, cyberpunk, or comedy. Let's do prison. I just want a different topic so that we can do a different, a different type of game. According to our market research, the recently published Train Sim is a surprise hit with players. Developer Dynamic Gaming is fairly new to the gaming industry, but we cannot wait for what they will develop next. So this is actually our best seller right now. Ooh, we've actually been getting quite a few fans as well. We have researched prison. Okay, so prison, action, adventure. I just want to look through these. Prison strategy. It makes you think. It really makes you wonder, like, what type of game this would be. It would almost be like a prison break game, whereas like a simulation would be like Prison Tycoon, kind of like this. Let's try the prison simulation, see how that does. We'll name it Schofield Sim. If any of you have watched Prison Break, you'll know. I might have not even spelled that right, but who cares? 2D graphics version 2, and we'll start development. Okay, recent studies suggest that the increasing variety of gaming devices also creates a market for more specialized games. Some platforms become more popular with younger gamers. This kind of is just letting you, I believe once you make your first mature game, you get interviewed. As more and more developers enter the market, we expect developers to focus their games on specific groups. Okay, this is where we get to research, I believe, the market or the audience. Yeah, the target audience. We're going to leave this. As you can see, it's another simulation, so it's just going to stay, our little sliders are going to stay the same. And Train Sim is now off the market. Level design, we're just going to go ahead and keep this all the same. Just go ahead and power through this development. Okay, so this is another console that'll be coming out. Following the massive success of the TES console, there are now rumors circulating that Vena, another Japanese company, is planning to release a home gaming console of their own. So obviously Vena is going to be Sega. And let's keep this the same as well. I feel like this is actually one of the slower games that I've been playing, just so that you guys can see what the game is all about, because I can power right through this stuff. Okay, the 2D graphics version 2 has leveled up. And let's do some contract work. Make a little bit of extra cash. I believe I've got faith. She can do it. And the first reviews came in for Schofield Sim. Okay, so it wasn't bad. I'll take it. Prison and simulation is a great combo. So when we do a market research or like a game research, yeah, a game report, we'll be able to see that that's what does well. 13,000. Let's do a game report. What rank are we going to be? 25. Today, Vena has confirmed recent rumors about a new gaming console and announced the Master V. This company claims that the Master V is technically superior to the massively successful TES by Ninvento and plans to release it in the coming months. So our game report, prison and simulation is a great combo, so now if we wanted to make another prison simulation, it would show that it's a great combo. World design seems to be not very important. Let's see if there's any research. Okay, we want to do target audience. This will show us with the youth, mature, and everyone. We can make a game using those 3 different types of audiences, and it really helps your game do better in the market. Any other research? Just game tutorial. Let's see if there's a better topic. School. Now see, this is what we're going to be able to change or add when we do a new game. Life. I haven't unlocked anything for life. Let's do this. I'm actually going to end this episode here, guys, and then next episode I'm going to make something like The Sims. We're going to do a life simulation, so stay tuned.